Wah, wah. When you go savage, you go ultra savage. And that is the name of the game this week. It's a cool looking idle clicker in the style of sort of Dragon Ball Z versus sort of a sci-fi setting. Your character stands in the middle of the screen and attacks enemies on the left and right simultaneously. He either defeats some or all of the waves, or he dies trying. So you don't really get to control the character, unfortunately. You just have to restart the level, and hopefully you finish like all the waves in one go and get new gear. So it feels like a sequel to Great Hero's Beard, which was a medieval setting and pretty much the exact same design, but with different enemies and music. So if you've played that, like, you pretty much know what this game is like. Unlike most clickers, you're not actually clicking. The game just automatically attacks the enemies and the waves for you. And the levels don't restart, so you have to keep on restarting the level if you pass the wave or you fail a particular wave. So pretty much each wave or each level only usually lasts, like, if you're on a hard stage, it'll last like 5 seconds. It could last potentially 10 to 20 seconds if your character is very good at that wave, but like it never lasts over 30 seconds. So each round you could potentially be stuck playing the same 20 to 40 waves in succession, just hoping to sort of move on to a different area on that particular planet in the game, or even just finishing and moving on to a totally different planet. And each planet is actually interesting. You start off, I believe, from like on a space station, and then you go to like a desert planet. Then there's different backgrounds as well. I think there was like a tropical planet as well. Looks like there's 10 to 15 different planets you can play through. The game's only about 2-3 hours in length or so, but there's a lot of grinding involved in this game, unfortunately. So if you play Forbidden Clicker Party, which came before this one, that game has more of a Cuphead super quirky style than this one. It's at first, like, you get to see your player, he's beating the waves and getting new equipment, and it's like super exciting, but unfortunately, like, you gradually get through the waves and there's less new equipment to upgrade to, so you're just sorting through. You can only carry potentially around 30 pieces of equipment, so each round, if it's like a really busy round, you could potentially fill up all of your slots. So you have to clear after each round, so it kind of gets a little bit boring. Like, you hit like a plateau in this game after like 30 minutes where you're constantly fighting, and then like maybe in 15 battles. So like if each battle lasts 10 seconds to 30 seconds, each 15 battles or so, you might get a nice piece of gear which will incrementally upgrade your character, but it's usually the really rare stuff that you want. Unfortunately, that really rare stuff, you may be playing say 40 rounds to maybe get one, if you're lucky, piece of rare equipment. And that's unfortunate. Like, you get so bored of like clicking through the equipment that you get, like the crappy old stuff that you don't want, that sometimes you'll accidentally throw out the new equipment that could make you pass that particular wave or get through that particular planet. So it's kind of a shame. You could sell everything, but you don't really get gold, from what I remember. And there's like different power-ups that you can use, so it's kind of like Diablo, where certain keys will give you like super punches, or like they'll heal your character, or it'll give you like bonus defense. But yeah, the game unfortunately loses that initial excitement because then you're like in a slugfest of like constantly trying to get better equipment, but you have to like spend 10 to 40 battles getting that equipment. And so the game, like it becomes like a major slog and grind fest. The game becomes rather disposable and like unfun. And even though it only costs $3.39, you would have to value a game that like involves you in it running the battles for you. So the battles sort of become one and the same because you're not actually controlling the way your character plays. The game automatically does that for you. So yeah, there's a few hours of like idle content here, but and if you can enjoy that, go for the full price. I can only justify $1 or $2 for this game, so you know, unless you just don't mind clicking every now and then, this game's not super exciting. So don't bother clicking. Keep on gaming. Bye.